It's
Yep,
going.
I see it on
Okay.
mine.
You see it? All right.
Yeah.
Well, hello, soulful goddesses. It is Leah Vanderlinden here with the beautiful Haley. And I am so excited that tonight we are going to dive in and learn about a very requested topic in here, which is lucid dreaming. So, most of you that are in here know a little bit about what I do, that I help people really heal from trauma without having to relive trauma. And I'm always looking for additional resources that they can add to their toolkit. And when I heard what the beautiful Haley was about and stood for and what she helps people do, I just thought it would be an honor to have her in here and just have another resource for you all to learn from. So I'm going to be kind of silent tonight because I think this queen has it handled, but I'm going to pop in just every now and then because I want to see her face. But
Love you.
but I'm going to go ahead and let her take it away. So here you go.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It is so good to be here. Thank you, Leah, for allowing me into this space. I'm really, really, really excited to talk to you guys today because it's something that is very close to my heart and it changed my entire life. And this is dreaming and lucid dreaming. And just before we get started, I'm sure a lot of you know what lucid dreaming is, but lucid dreams are when you know that you're dreaming as the dream is happening and you can consciously control the dream. And it's basically like you're completely conscious in a 3D reality simulation of the mind, and it feels more real than this life. And your brain actually doesn't know that you're dreaming, it thinks that you're awake. So we can heal in the lucid dream. We can learn in the lucid dream. We can practice things within the lucid dream. And so I'm going to get into like the benefits of just like dreaming in general, lucid dreaming, and then I'm going to show you guys how to build up your dream recall and then how to start, beginning the practice of lucid dreaming. And so it's super, super, super amazing, like how I came across lucid dreaming. I actually suffered with, I think it was like 8 or 9 years, with an incurable stomach digestive issue that the doctor said was incurable and it was going to lead to stomach cancer. And this was when I was like 14-ish, around there. I actually got it before that. I think at like around 11 or 12. And it was just because of all this anxiety, all this depression. I had a lot of childhood trauma. And so this started to manifest physically. And I remember the runaround that I received, all the medication they were having me take, like putting hundreds and hundreds of dollars into just trying to figure out what was wrong with me. No one knew, I was just being tossed to different doctors. And I was in the ER like every other day. It got so bad that it completely took over my life. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. As soon as I'd wake up in the morning, I was literally screaming in agonizing pain and nothing helped. And I can't believe that I was able to use my own mind to completely heal and transform my life. I remember I've had dreams and lucid dreams my entire life, but the lucid dreams kind of stopped once I started, getting in school and everything that I went through. So I kind of forgot about them, honestly. And when I started dealing with this when I got older, it was after being, tossed to different doctors over and over and over. It's like I had enough. I had enough. I was going to figure this out myself. I had no idea how I was going to do it. I just knew that I was not going to live this way. I do not accept that. I do not accept that. Especially someone telling me that I can never be healed. I do not accept that. And I started to really ask the universe, like, please bring me something that can heal me. Please give me some sort of guidance, some sort of clarity to help me begin this journey of healing so I can have my life back. And I started having these really weird experiences where I would lay down and all of a sudden I would kind of jump scare me away because it was so sudden. I would be in the hypnagogic state, which we're going to talk about. You guys are probably familiar with that as you're falling asleep or as you're waking up, all those flashes and colors and images that pass through you or through your vision. I would instantly be transported to another reality. It literally looks like I remember the first one that I had once I asked the universe for guidance. And I was like, when a movie starts or something and it's like the opening credits and it's like a shot above the mountaintop and it's like nice music playing and it's like showing the lake or something. It's like a very high up view. I instantly went into that state and I heard that music playing, and it was so realistic, way more realistic than this reality, if you can believe that. And I instantly shot up awake and I was like, what is that? What happened? And it started to happen more and more and more. Then I actually got spontaneously lucid for the first time in like years and years and years. And that's what started this healing journey for me. And I remember asking, obviously, for some sort of thing to come in and help me heal my body, heal my life, heal my mind. And then I had this experience. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Valerie. So good to see you guys. I was in a dream, and I was on this suburban street, and I was just walking down the street, and all of a sudden this truck parks across the street. And keep in mind, guys, it feels way more real than this reality. Like just this vivid, or even more vivid sometimes. And that's why we actually don't know that we're awake or that we're dreaming when we're in the dream, because it's so real to the mind. The mind thinks it's real. And I remember this truck parked across the street, and this guy came over. He's like, hello, I'm here to help you heal your stomach like you asked for. And I was like, what is going on? And he had long blonde hair. He's like, do you want to come with me? And I was like, sure, what do I got to lose, right? I don't know if this was some sort of dream guide. I don't know who this person was. I don't know if it was just an archetype of myself. But he's like, I'm going to take you to a healing pool of water. And once you get in that water, you're actually going to be able to induce this healing you've been asking about. Okay, fine. That sounds cool. Kind of skeptical, but, gonna go for it anyways. I remember walking down the street, and like he just takes me into this like person's house. Oh, you see the swim pool in their backyard? That's the healing pool of water. Let's just walk through the house. This random person's house. We just like walk in. I'm like, okay. We go to the back door. The whole entire family is in the back barbecue, and they're like, hey,
Stop
what's
it.
up? Welcome. They're like, how's it going? I remember they handed me an otter pop. They're like, do you want an otter pop? Cool. I'll choose blue, because blue
Not
is
an otter pop.
yeah, it was so random. And I remember eating this otter pop, and it tasted more real than anything, like so good. And I remember just getting in the healing pool of water after I, chatted with the fan. It's so weird, like how the dream world works. Like you can have an entire life there. But I remember getting in the healing pool of water. It was so real. I could feel the water. I could feel the sun on my face. And I remember just saying, thank you for my healing. Thank you for my healing, and putting my hands on my stomach. All of a sudden, the entire dream went completely white, and I heard a boom. And I woke up, and that was the first day in over 8 years that I didn't feel completely just agonizing pain when I woke up. And I was on 8 medications for this digestive issue. I stopped taking them that day.
Stop it, Haylee.
Yeah. And since then, I've been able to help people overcome nicotine addiction, PTSD, and so many disorders. It's so amazing what this can do. The placebo healing that can take place in the skin conditions, like addictions in general. So that's kind of what opened me up to, wow, I've got to teach this. I've got to help other people heal and transform their lives through something we spend a third of our lives doing. 33 years we spend asleep. So why not use it to grow and live lucidly and live on purpose, So that's kind of my story of like
That's a
how I got
hell of
into
a story.
girl.
I had my popcorn ready. I was like, where did the man
Right?
take her? He took her to the backyard. An
Yeah.
otter pop.
Going swimming on a first date. Okay. Like,
And meeting the family, honey.
yep. Hey, they fed me, so it was cool.
That's an amazing story. But what's even more amazing is that you used it to heal.
Yeah.
And I think so many women heard what you said. They were laughing, they were smiling, but they were ahaing. Like, wow,
Yes.
I've been through that. I lived that. So if somebody, is going through the same story, as I know there are many who are, where do they start? They just go to bed and they say, beam, I want a lucid dream tonight. How do they start this journey?
Yeah, so the first thing that you want to do when starting this dream practice, you want to start to recall your dreams. And a lot of people say, well, I don't dream. Like I haven't dreamed for, 20 years. I don't dream. Well, actually, we go into dream sleep, REM sleep, 4 to 5 times a night naturally. But dream recall is a skill that we have to build. And that's a lot of content for the brain to keep and bring to the conscious mind. But why would it do that if it's not important to us? So we have to show the brain that it's actually a priority to remember your dreams. So if you're someone that hasn't remembered your dreams in who knows how long, maybe your entire life, This is really what you need to do, and it all starts with a dream journal. So you want to grab a dream journal, one specifically for your dreams that you keep next to your bed. And as you go to sleep, as you're falling into the hypnagogic state, which is when you're falling asleep and your subconscious mind is opening, that's the same brain waves in that state as when you are in hypnosis. So you can use that state for affirmations and intentions. And what I recommend people say is, tonight I remember my dreams. I have excellent dream recall. And you repeat that as you fall asleep. When you wake up, you want to grab your dream journal before you even leave bed. We all know, oh, I'll write my dream down later, and then 30 minutes later and it's gone, right? So that's because the conscious mind starts to take over when we wake up. So if we can wake up slowly, maybe just asking ourselves questions. Do I remember what I dreamt about? Do I remember where I was? Do I remember anything that I felt throughout sleep? You can write all of that in your dream journal. And even if you don't remember your dreams the first night, that's totally fine. You just write no recall, or I didn't remember my dreams tonight. And that act shows your brain, oh, it's important to keep this dream content. So I'm going to start saving more and more dream content. So I have something to write down in the morning. And that's all you need to do to build your dreams. But if you are using specific medications, if you are smoking cannabis on a regular basis or using alcohol on a regular basis, those can suppress REM sleep, which means it kind of halts our dream sleep and puts us more into a deep sleep. So if you're taking certain substances, you probably won't remember your dreams as much. But you can always do something that's called REM rebound, which is, if you're smoking cannabis, if you're taking a substance, the first couple of days without that substance, all of that dream sleep that you kind of missed out on all comes back at once. So I feel like this can be used for anybody, but that's how to start remembering your dreams. And that is the most important part, because we can't get lucid if we don't practice the dream recall. And this takes about 7 days on average to start bringing back full dream recall. So it really doesn't take very long. So that's the first thing that I would recommend. So after this, your guys' assignment, everybody better have a dream journal. That's literally the staple of this practice.
Is there a dream journal that you absolutely love?
So I actually just try to get like very, very big like notebooks. I'm not too particular on the notebook, but you want something that inspires you. If you want to write quotes in it that remind you of dreams, or if you want to put techniques, at the front and the back, or certain affirmations that you've realized have helped you dream more, help you get lucid, you can fill your notebook with that as well. And you just want it to feel like a book where you can write your sacred experiences in them. We sleep for a third of our lives. What is happening in that world? That is what this notebook is really for. So whatever notebook just inspires you, have a specific pen, one that's easy and fun to write with, and kind of make it your own thing. But you can get lucid just using what's in your dream journal. And that's something else we're going to talk about today. So you really don't need to do a lot to start remembering your dreams, and even lucid dream. So dream journal, do not forget that.
Do not forget. So if someone is going into lucid dreaming and they're eager and they want to learn about it, is there anything, and I'll stop because you're probably going to cover some of this, but is there anything they should do to prepare themselves, ground themselves while they're dreaming? And then we had another question that is, what if your lucid dreams are nightmares? So you don't have to answer that right now, but if you want to come back.
Yeah,
Okay. And
totally.
Valerie says she has a dream journal thanks to you.
Good. Ooh, perfect. And one important thing, going back to the first question, how can we prepare to have dreams? How can we prepare to get lucid? We want to figure out what our why is. Why is it important to us? Because the two pillars for getting lucid is enthusiasm and determination. So what excites you? What do you want to work on? Why are dreams important to you? And before we dive into that, I really want to maybe give you guys some reasons why this might be important to you. And it does have to do with lucid nightmares as well. So within the dream practice, you can literally talk directly to your subconscious mind. You are inside your mind when you are in the lucid dream. And you can literally call out to the sky, talk to different archetypes of yourself. I want to meet my fear. I want to meet my anxiety. I want to meet my creativity. I want to meet my shadow. I want to ask my brain why I have a hard time with this. Or you can literally talk out loud and you will hear a voice booming from the sky, giving you direct answers, or the dream will change to answer your question. And some of the craziest like pieces of art in history have been created, or the idea came to them in a lucid dream or a dream. Did you know the sewing machine came to that person in the dream? Like that literally came to a person in the dream.
Seriously?
Um, yeah. Yeah, the
That's
periodic table.
amazing. Stop
Yeah,
it.
the periodic table. Yesterday from the Beatles, which is one of their top songs.
Oh, now I'm gonna have that in my head. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I love
See?
you.
I love you. See, so it's like this opens our potential to so much more because 5% of our brain is our conscious mind. 95% is our subconscious mind. Imagine what's in there that we don't even realize. Like we can literally meet different parts of ourselves. We can practice skills and wake up with improved skill. They actually did a UK sports science study on this, and they had athletes for 60 days run, lift weights, and do squats in their lucid dreams. And after 60 days, 81.3% of them improved in speed, accuracy, and muscle mass in waking life. And I learned how to drive in the lucid dream, like almost completely. Like that's where most of my practice was. So if you have a skill you want to develop, if you want to like practice parkour, but you're like kind of nervous to do it in waking life, but you like really want to do it, you can literally go to the most beautiful place you can even imagine in your lucid dream and do it in a completely safe place and actually build skill that you can carry to the waking life. Like you can practice, you can literally get lyrics or like anything creative in the lucid dream as well. Business ideas. You can physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically heal from the lucid dream. You can have amazing, beautiful adventures. And going on the nightmares topic, that's actually the most healing form of dreams, because think about it. Your shadow is coming to the surface. Parts of yourself that you have denied, suppressed, or disowned are now ready to be integrated. So when you're having nightmares, the dream is creating fear, not to scare you, but how do we feel when we're in fear? We're aware, we're paying attention. So that's the dream's way of trying to get you to pay attention to what needs to be integrated. Notice your feelings in the dreams. Notice the people that are in your dreams. What is your connection with those people or the symbols that are in your dreams? Like the dream is speaking to you, but we just need to learn how to speak the dreamer's language. And the dreamer is the part of our brain that grants our wish to get lucid or creates our dreams. So you start to really, through this practice, create a very deep connection with yourself and all parts of yourself. I've went back and met my inner child, 7 years old, looks exactly the same, went back to my childhood home. Like we can do, actually, they did a study on that as well. And lucid dreaming is the most powerful form of treatment for trauma integration, which is a lot of what we are all doing now. We have so much to purge. We have all of these fears and phobias and traumas that we want to purge. And what if I told you you could do that while you sleep? And actually, even in one lucid dream, I healed myself through one lucid dream. That sounds like I'm dreaming, right? Like it's so incredible how this works. And so I just want you to figure out what your why is. What do you want to do? What parts of yourself do you want to explore? Do you want to practice kindness? Do you want to practice your spiritual practice in the lucid dream, which is a Tibetan practice called dream yoga? Some of you may have heard of it. And if you meditate in the lucid dream, even 5 minutes of meditating in the lucid dream is equivalent to a 30-day meditation retreat. That's the effect it has on the mind. Everything we do in the lucid dream state is 7 to 9 times more powerful than in the waking state. You could transform your life, you can transform your business, you can transform your health, you can transform your creativity, and you can bring parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed to life. And if you practice this, you're gaining 1/3 of your life back. So that's a little bit of something that may inspire you to figure out your why. And that's how we can start really fueling our dreams and showing our dreamer that I do want to hear from you, that your messages are important to me, and that I'm ready to pay attention to the parts of myself that maybe I've denied or suppressed or disowned. And the shadow is a scary word, right? But what really is that? The shadow isn't anything negative. It's just parts of ourselves that are yet to be illuminated. And we can illuminate them through awareness, through conscious dreaming. So that is why lucid dreaming and dream practice can seriously change your life. It has transformed every part of my life. I use it for absolutely everything. I literally just woke up from a nap 30 minutes ago because I couldn't solve something in my business in the waking state. I just took a 30-minute nap and then I woke up and I got the answer. And so you can really start to create a really deep connection with yourself and different parts of yourself. And so now to kind of go on how we can start actually making use of our dream journal once we start to create dream recall. And by the way, guys, I have tons of videos on this on YouTube if you have questions about it, but your dream journal, that affirmation before you fall asleep, and questioning what you dreamt of and writing anything you remember down in your dream journal, that's all you need to start remembering your dreams. And it actually happens really, really quick, which is super exciting. So now we're going to start looking at the contents of your dreams. These are called dream signs. Have you ever dreamt that you're back in school, or maybe you're in your childhood home or something? Do you dream of your grandmother who passed away over and over and over again? You want to look for things like that in your dreams. These are called your dream signs. For me, I always dream that I'm back in high school. So that is a sign that I am dreaming. Something that happens in your dreams that either reoccurs or it's just something weird that comes up, you want to write that down. And there's 3 different kinds of dream signs. There's anomalous, which is kind of the one-off situations, something that was clearly a sign that you're dreaming, maybe a talking dog or like something random that usually doesn't happen in waking life. So that's anomalous dream sign. Thematic, which is like the theme of your dream is weird. So me being in high school is actually a thematic dream sign. And recurring, what is reappearing in your dreams over and over and over. So once you wake up and you write in your dream journal, you want to read back through your dream journal and see what your dream signs are. What were the signs that I was dreaming in this dream? Oh, I was back in high school. There is a thematic dream sign. Oh, I saw a flying car in the air. That is an anomalous dream sign. You start to become conscious of your dreams before you even start consciously dreaming. And once you start to get familiar with your territory in your dreams, you're going to be able to catch it when you are actually dreaming by creating the habit of awareness. So I'll give you just a quick example. Again, mine is high school. So when I'm awake, anytime I hear about a high school, I see a high school, I have to go past a high school or anything, I have to ask myself if I'm dreaming. Because if I create a habit of high school means that I'm dreaming, and I start to become aware of that anytime I see it in waking life, I'm going to create the habit of doing that in the dream, because we dream as we live. So the habits we have in waking life transfer to the dream. So if you become more aware of certain things in waking life, you're going to become aware of those things when you dream of them. And that's how we can start to lucid dream. So I remember I started doing that. I would drive past a school, or I'd see a school on, the internet or TV or something, and I would check if I was dreaming. I'd ask myself questions. You can do certain physical checks. You guys might be familiar with Inception. They used a spinning top to see if they're dreaming. I usually just count my fingers, make sure I have 10, and then count again. And then after that, I dreamt I was in school, and I said, wait, I remember this was a dream sign. So this must be a dream. Am I dreaming? And I remember counting my fingers, and it looked fine the first time, but then I counted them again, and I had 5 on this hand, but I had 7 fingers on this hand. And so obviously that was a clear sign I was dreaming. And as soon as you realize you're dreaming, the prefrontal cortex part of your brain switches on, which is associated with your sense of self, your critical thinking, this reality. So as soon as I become lucid, I remember that I'm sleeping in bed. I 100% know that I'm sleeping in bed. I get super excited about telling my boyfriend about, that's one thing I need to work on when I'm lucid dreaming. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to wake up and tell Chance about this, but I need to concentrate on the dream. That's how much conscious awareness gets activated when you're in the dream. You can see the lines on your hands, you can feel things, you can taste foods, and everything's way more intense because we're not limited by our physical senses. Our sensitivity and our fingertips, it's limited by what our physical body is capable of, right? Same with our sense of hearing and our taste. But in the dream, we're experiencing those things through the mind. So it is way more vivid, way more powerful, way more intense. And this is why this is such an important part of basically any practice you do, because things just happen so much quicker and are just much more vivid in that state. So dream signs, that's something you really want to be conscious of. And I go back through my dream journal probably once a week. I'll review my dream in the morning, but then at the end of the week, I'll review my dreams for that week and be like, I dreamt about this person 4 times. So I'm going to write that in my dream journal just at the top. Now I know that anytime I see that person, to do a reality check is what they call it, to check your reality to see if you're dreaming. That way, the next time I dream of that person, I'll habitually do that in the dream and get lucid. So this can actually happen really, really quick, which is so exciting. Like dream diary, these are the 3 Ds that you need to keep in mind. So if any of you are writing this is literally just what you need to write. 3 Ds: dream journal, dream signs, and why did I forget the last D? Dream journal, dream signs. Oh, I just had a brain fart. Oh my gosh. Would you look at that? I'll come back to that. Let me
Desire?
read this question.
Is it a D?
Yeah, it's a D. Oh my gosh. So much was
We'll come
overloading
back.
my brain.
So you
Oh,
had go ahead. You were going to
dream
read it.
signs.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay, let's see. I have so many different strange dreams that I've always wanted to know how to interpret them and why I have them. So to answer that question, everyone, you have to really pay attention to the emotions that your dreams are bringing up and the symbols in them and what they represent to you. So say that you dreamt of, like, I remember this, one of my clients telling me about this dream that they had, and he was like with someone that he like watched. I think they were like someone famous that he really looked up to, and they were like climbing this huge diamond, and he associated the diamond with beauty and pureness, and he associated that person with like something to do with like that, just a lot of power, but that he was intimidated by him. So as you can see, and they were he like asked my client, like, are you ready to climb up this thing? And as you can see, it's like there's some sort of way where he's expanding his beauty in his waking life, and he's willing to become friends with his fear. And so what you really want to do is look at certain people or objects or things in your dreams and what they represent to you. I've been dreaming of 𝑚𝒂𝒔𝒆𝒔, which is a witch that I follow, and she just reminds me of magic and childlike curiosity. And so when I dream of her, I know that's my inner magic, my inner child, my inner curiosity coming through. And I have to pay attention to what she's doing in the dream, because that will help me decode it. So I would just start really paying attention to what's showing up in your dreams and the emotion that you feel in the dreams, if that makes sense.
I love that, and I want you to just say that one more time because it just rolled off the tongue like butter.
Mm, all right.
Decode the dream.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because that is what it is in many ways, it's a code. I have a lot of friends that will call and they'll say, "Hey, Leah, like I had a dream about this," and for 3D, right? Or for us being, awake, it would appear to be something very negative. But
Mm,
oftentimes, death and things like that in a dream symbolizes something very good. Sometimes it's the end of a cycle, right? So it's not always the way that it feels in real life. So I love that you are inviting them to decode it. Is there
mm-hmm.
any, and then I'll let you get the floor back.
Oh my
But
God.
is there anything that you recommend them to do when it comes to decoding? Are there resources online or books, or how does one even learn how to decode their dreams?
Perfect. Also, I just remember I categorize dream recall with dream diary. That's why I got confused. My brain's lovely, as you can tell. So, dream signs, dream recall, and dream diary.
Love
There we
it.
go. Got
You
it
got it,
out.
girl. Ready?
Okay.
High five, sis. Boom.
Boom. So, what I want to tell you, it might disappoint some of you about dream interpretation. It's very hard for like to have like one single book that just gives you tons of dream symbols, because like some of them maybe you can do. Like one time I had a dream that I was bathing in carrots. Like I had a whole bath full of like carrots, and I was just like putting carrots in there, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Okay, this is fine. That should have been a clear dream sign, unless I've ever bathed in carrots, but as far as I can remember, I don't think I
Honey,
have. Yeah.
I'm sure people have bathed in some weirder shit.
Right? I know. And guess what that means?
What's it
Apparently,
mean?
I started to look up the symbolism. I don't look up the dream symbolism, I just look up the symbolism, and it represents abundance. So I was literally bathing in abundance. And
Like,
that's when I was doing a lot of business shifts. Like, so that kind of stuff, like if you really want to look up like the overall spiritual symbolism of like an object or maybe an animal, like a spirit animal, you can totally do that. But as far as like the people in your dreams, the emotions, like things that hit home to you, things that have you've come across in your life somehow and you have a emotional relationship with, those are things that only you can decode, because you only know how it feels and what those things represent to you. For example, like, say you dreamt of a cat and you loved cats and you had cats your whole entire life. You're like, hell yeah, I love cats, always had cats. So that maybe represents a part of your innocence or your childhood. Think about when you had a relationship with cats. If it was all growing up, then maybe that represents something about your childhood. But someone that had a nightmare, or someone that like had a traumatic experience with a cat, if they have a dream of a cat, that's considered a nightmare. That's representing their fear or their phobia. So as you can see, like the same symbol will mean things for different people. So again, if like something really fucking weird shows up in your dream, like you're bathing in carrots or something, like maybe you can just look up the symbolism of a carrot, you know. But if it's something that like is in your personal reality that you've experienced, just look up your relationship with it. Like if it's a past friend, what is your relationship with them now? How do you see them? How do they make you feel? That's what that symbol represents to you. And I kind of use it like a Mad Libs, which is kind of fun. So like you'll basically take the main concepts of your dreams, say like 𝑚𝒂𝒔𝒔 for me. She was like appearing in my dream several times. So I would put at the top 𝑚𝒂𝒔 equals innocence and magic. And so when I'd read it back with all of my little main symbols, I would just replace 𝑚𝒂𝒔𝒔 with my meaning for it. And it would be like a Mad Libs. And you can actually read the entire dream as the message that it's trying to give to you. So that's kind of a little trick that I've been having a lot of fun with. It's actually really fun. So that's kind of where I would go with that.
I
Yeah.
love that. You're gonna have everybody wanting to go to bed, girl.
Girl, I, get on my level. Like, I love sleep. Oh my gosh. I take naps every
Sleep
day.
over.
I know. I'm like, see, on the other side chance, I'm going to a fucking other plane right now. So great.
I
Oh,
imagine there are days you don't want to be awake.
oh, girl, I've spent so much time sleeping, especially when I started really learning how to lucid dream. I was meditating for like 6 hours at a time, just like trying to get into that state. Like, I was just like, okay,
Wow.
like I was so dedicated to learning. And now, like, once you create a habit of conscious awareness, like you create a habit of lucid dreaming. So anybody can do it, you know, which is super cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. And next time, you guys, if you have a nightmare, don't wake yourself up if you're lucid. Stay in the nightmare, be aware to it. It's a part of yourself that wants to be integrated. Give it a hug. That's what I do. Like if I'm dreaming about, I have to tell you something. I have
Tell
to
me,
tell you
girl.
something. I was having a nightmare and I was like running away from something on this street, and like I became lucid, like why in the hell am I in the middle of the street like at night by some school, like, and why am I running? This doesn't even make any sense. Like my sense of awareness just switched on. I turned around and this thing was like running after me, this like shadow character, and I was like, I just stopped, and then he stopped in front of me, and I was like, why are you chasing me? And he's like, I don't know, this is your dream. And I was like, oh well, okay. And I actually talked to him, and he represented my inner fear and my fear to show up, like online for myself. And we actually went out to coffee in the lucid dream, like totally
Girl, you
vivid.
and these men everywhere you go in your
I
dream.
don't know.
You
I
are
don't
like
know.
Beyonce in the dream world.
I don't even know.
Let me get your autograph while you're
Yeah, that's.
awake.
We went out to coffee. I hugged him, and he turned into a ball of light and literally
Oh,
burst. And then I heard clapping as I was waking up, like, yeah, you integrated it, you did it. Like, so I want you guys to get pumped about nightmares.
like
Like,
a video game.
yeah, it's the most
Level
realistic
up.
virtual reality video game you'll ever play. Yes,
I love
absolutely.
this. Girl.
Yes.
Okay, we got some more questions.
Perfect.
Cindy said, I have so many strange dreams that I have always wanted to know how to interpret them and why I have them. So I guess that was actually a comment.
Mhm. I
And
think we
then,
answered that one,
I think
right?
so
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Miss Power said, I'm an insomniac who sleeps about 4 hours a night with a 1 hour daytime nap. Because of this, when I do fall asleep, I sleep really hard and I don't remember my dreams. Even my doctor is concerned about my REM sleep. Is there anything you recommend for her?
Yeah, I used to have really bad insomnia, and I would sleep like 2 hours a night, like not even kidding. Like I could never, ever sleep. And I actually was able to work on that within lucid dreaming, which is really, really cool. We can literally rewire our brain using neuroplasticity within the lucid dream. So once you get lucid, I really do believe that you can work on that. But working up to that, there's something that you can do. So it sounds like you are taking like at least a nap in the daytime. And when we take a nap from like a conscious aware state with like rest prior, like your 4 hours of sleep, and then you like stay up for a while and lay back down, we immediately go into the hypnagogic state of sleep, which we can practice liminal dreaming, which is basically turning dreams into like those colors and flashes you see. If you see that when you're falling asleep, that's the hypnagogic state. That means your subconscious mind is opening, preparing for dreams, and your conscious mind is closing. That's why sometimes when we try to say affirmations, we start to jumble them, or we can't remember what number we're on if we're counting ourselves to sleep. It's because our conscious mind is closing. But you can take advantage of that state to use for lucid dreams. And if you remember your dreams, you can get lucid without even having to wake up at all. So we go into REM like every 90 minutes of sleep, and then we automatically go into REM during a nap. It like goes straight from the hypnagogic state straight to REM instead of hypnagogic light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. It just goes straight from hypnagogic to REM sleep. So you can take advantage of naps. Also, I'd recommend practicing conscious awareness around your dream signs and stuff, because if you're more conscious about, just it doesn't have to be about something specific. If you're really paying attention to things throughout the day and you just stop to ask yourself like every hour, am I dreaming? Could I be dreaming? You'll automatically start doing that in any dream that you have, and you can turn that into a lucid dream. So that's what I would do, is kind of work on, maybe practicing your hypnagogic mindfulness during a nap, just practice conscious awareness practices. And then once you're lucid, you can definitely work on that further for sure. I think you're muted.
Just making sure you're awake.
Yeah. Never know. Gotta check.
You never know. Am I dreaming?
Yep.
Am I here? So shit. Now, what was I gonna say? Okay, so when people are lucid dreaming, are they astral projecting?
So that's a really great question. So lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences are actually two different states of consciousness, and science has shown us that the brain waves are very different within these states of consciousness. In lucid dreaming, you go into gamma and you are asleep for sure. You don't have to be asleep to have out-of-body experiences, but when you're dreaming, you're in REM sleep. Now, what I like to say within lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences is, within lucid dreaming, you're traveling inside your own consciousness. And when you're having an out-of-body experience, your consciousness is traveling outside of you. So I actually use out-of-body experiences to hang out with my grandpa who's passed away and my dog who's passed away. So that's my time to maybe visit like entities of different realms, or maybe hang out with family members who have passed away. I met my spirit guides in an out-of-body experience. So you can use that to explore beyond the self. And if you really want to explore your own mind and completely up-level like your life and like everything about you, then you'd go into the lucid dream. But yeah, they're two different states, but you can induce them in very similar ways. So I always tell people, if you learn how to lucid dream, I guarantee you can have out-of-body experiences frequently too.
I love that. So actually, one of the questions falls perfectly in alignment with what you just said. So somebody was asking a similar question, how you go and you visit people who have crossed. Can
Mm-hmm.
you go and visit people that are alive that may be sick when you are lucid dreaming, and maybe put, just bless them with Reiki or heal, sending healing light or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so within lucid dreaming of doing that, it would be considered dream yoga. So practicing your spiritual practice, meditating, doing energy work, calling on deities, like you can do whatever your spiritual practice is in the waking state, you can do that in the dream, and that's called dream yoga. And the point of dream yoga is to become lucid for the benefit of all beings. So you can actually do energy work directly in your lucid dream, and you feel so different. Like, oh my gosh, like even just meditating or doing like yoga, whatever you want to, for like 2 minutes in the lucid dream, you literally wake up feeling like a million times the effect that than you would have felt if you did it when awake. So if you're going to do that in the lucid dream, you can actually teleport directly to people, or you can just send them energy or light from where they're at. You just want to basically speak an affirmation, because in the lucid dream, you're inside your subconscious mind. So affirmations you speak go directly to your subconscious mind. You don't have to like try to bypass the conscious mind and like try not to think too much and like get into a deep state. You're already in a deep state. You're literally within your mind. This is the deepest state of hypnosis we can be in, is lucid dreaming. So any affirmation you speak, anything you do, anything you emotionally feel in the lucid dream can amplify tenfold. If you want to do it in the out-of-body experience state, you can actually travel people travel to people just by thought alone. It's a thought responsive state, just like lucid dreaming. So you can make a demand out loud in an out of body experience, or you can tune into that person's energy. If you know what their house looks like or anything, you just want to create a really vivid image of what it looks like to be where you want to be, if that makes sense. That's how you also get out of body. Say I'm laying in my bed and I want to manifest, like leave my body and go to my kitchen. I have to make the visualization and sensation of being in my kitchen more real than me laying in bed. And that's how we can shift our consciousness into that different state. So if you're in an out of body experience and you do want to send healing to somebody, or you do want to make a certain affirmation, or whatever your goal is, you want to emotionally feel it and intend for it to happen. These states work off expectation, intention, and emotion. So really pay attention to those three things when you're doing something specific in the lucid dream, in the out-of-body experience state.
Girl, you are so good. You have so many people going, wow,
I'm just so excited. I
wow,
love this,
you're
and I love that you guys
so
are into it. Oh my
good.
gosh.
So we have a question, and this is a good one too. So is lucid dreaming the same as having a vision in a dream where you predict that something's going to happen and then somebody tells you later on or you see on the news that that event happened? Is it the same kind of thing?
Yeah, so that's actually called a prophetic dream. And there's something within dreaming which is called the 1%. 99% of what we experience is our own psyche, is something within us. And there's a 1% where we can actually experience things collectively or outside of ourselves. Maybe we have visitations from loved ones, or we get information, from the collective about what's going to happen or something. That's a prophetic dream. You can have prophetic dreams that are lucid, but what comes down to being lucid is you being aware of the fact that you are dreaming as the dream is happening. You literally, aha, I'm dreaming, and you're in that environment, in that 3D reality, and you 100% know you're dreaming. That's all that really defines lucid dream, is being aware of the dream. And then prophetic dreams, they can happen lucidly or they can just happen spontaneously. And those are really, really amazing. So that's a great example of the 1% that we can experience outside of ourselves that we can actually use for predicting things like that. And you can even go into the lucid dream and call out a question about that. Like anything. I would be so hard for me to give you guys examples that you can do, but I've literally asked, how is my health? Like, what can I do with this business challenge that I'm experiencing? Or how do I make this in my business? Or it doesn't even have to be business related. It could be health, like anything. I just got over a kidney infection a week ago. Well, a few days ago. And my lucid dreams told me it was coming. Even my regular dreams told me it was coming. I saw it. And then it told me how to fix it. I started having all these dreams about what I should eat, what I should do, spend my time doing. So it's very, very an intuitive state. And you can receive that clarity and insight from regular dreams or dreams where you're fully lucid and can ask the question yourself.
So, where do you think lucid dreams come from? Do you think it is a connection to source where the source is speaking to you? Where do you think this gift comes from? Is this another realm we enter?
Yeah, so it's actually a part of our biology and our evolution. And I do believe that lucid dreaming is a spiritual practice. It is something that comes naturally to us. We don't have to use specific technology to get lucid. We don't even really have to do techniques to get lucid. I mean, children have random lucid dreams from, I think, until they're like 9 or 10. A lot of children have those as a part of their evolution and their growth. So it's a natural part of what we experience. And some people will tell you that lucid dreaming itself is not a spiritual experience, but I mean, they're not really thinking about what's happening there. I mean, you are literally conscious inside of another reality where all of the answers that you've been seeking are literally brought to you. I can access the Akashic records. I can go back to a past life, just make a calling, and I will literally go there like more vivid. Like, it's not just imagination. You're literally there, and you could do anything. I wake up from the lucid dreams crying, guys. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, that was so cool. Like, it starts to become such a big part of your practice. So I say that lucid dreaming is absolutely a spiritual practice, but we're spiritual beings. So it was our birthright to experience.
Can you use lucid dreaming for manifestation? I know you talked about it with your career.
Mm.
What if I mean, speaking for a friend named Leah, but what if I'm trying to manifest, some dimples, and how can one meet that in her lucid dream?
What's really cool about that, now I'm not going to tell you what the limitations are with manifesting something physical, because I've experienced things on set, like physical healing or things like that that I didn't think I was going to be able to experience. I had a friend who literally manifested a bigger cup size from Lucid Dream practice. Like, I'm not telling you, girl,
She
where those
said,
limits are.
I want to be a part of the BTC, the
Yeah,
bitty bitty
she's
bitty.
she's like, all right, like if I can do this shit in my sleep, why in the hell am I not doing it? So so girl, I just say whatever you want to do, please go into the lucid dream and let me know what you
Haley,
experience.
you're going to have women praying for their husbands to be blessed in certain areas all night tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know what's also really, really cool? Lucid
What,
dreaming has
baby?
also been used for weight loss, because we can actually eat food in the lucid dream and the brain sends a signal to the gut saying, hey, I'm full. So if you have a sweet tooth,
Oh,
I fucking love chocolate. I will go in the lucid dream. I will eat chocolate. It will feel more vivid than anything. I will wake up without a sweet
oh,
tooth and I'll wake up full. And people
eat
will
it
use
in a
that. And
dream.
it's more vivid than anything you've experienced in
Girl.
the waking life, because we're limited to our taste buds in this reality. But when we dream it, it's the best orgasms we ever had. If you want to have lucid dream sex, it's the best music, it's the best food, it's the best like scenic environments, whatever you want to experience.
I love you, Haley. I got to go to bed.
I know, you're telling me, like I'm in my pajamas already.
My bottom, yeah, I've got business on top, pajamas on bottom, baby.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want to
Got people
manifest money and
laughing.
stuff like that too,
Yeah.
you can do that. I manifested $500 in a week from a check that I literally just manifest in lucid dream. Because think about it, your brain doesn't know that you're dreaming, and you're in this reality. You can manifest $10,000. You can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it, you can touch it, and that rewires your brain. Oh, we do have it. Oh, okay, let me like rewire and it's like the most powerful form of visualization we have. Like actually experiencing it. So you can
Hmm.
absolutely manifest anything. Dimples, bigger boobs, $10,000. Like
Ooh,
I'm not
sweet.
gonna tell you guys.
You've been manifesting a lot. Speaking of that, you've done the same thing kind of with your career and with YouTube. You shared your passion, as everybody can see on here. Everybody's loving your energy and your spirit. It's just so beautiful. It's so
Mm,
childlike and fun, and it's just full of joy. You're a little
mm.
light. And so you've been able to manifest a successful, YouTube audience, right? So in a very quick time, and I'm sure you did a lot of that in your dreaming. So let's brag about you for a minute. How
Girl.
many followers do you have right now?
So I have almost, and I've only been on YouTube for a little less than 2 years. I have 6,700 followers, so I'm almost at 7,000, and I've had over 40 million minutes watched on my channel.
40.
Million.
Let's say it
Yeah,
one more time. Ready? 40.
40 million.
Okay. She gets paid from YouTube, y'all. So what I'm saying is you got all these wow faces. So she uses, she's not just telling you this stuff, she uses it and I've watched it work for her. So I just want to invite you guys to reach out to her, to follow her and go to her. Oh, Cindy just said you can add one more. She's going to go to your YouTube channel.
Oh.
So for those who would love to work with you, do you offer courses on this? Do you offer sessions? And how can one find you? Because, honey, they're going to be on you.
I love this so much. Well, there's a few different ways that you can work with me. First of all, I'd recommend checking out my YouTube channel, The Lucid Mystic. I make meditation sleep tracks, like 8-hour sleep tracks with binaural beats to help people induce lucid dreams and out-of-body experience. I have tons of how-to videos on there. And then you can also reach out to me on my personal page, just Haylee Lynn, this one, and I offer one-on-one mentorships, online courses, and classes. So I offer like single sessions. If you're already dreaming or lucid dreaming and you have just a couple questions, or you want to tweak your practice a little bit more, we can hop on a call for an hour. I also have 30-day transformative lucid dreaming and out-of-body experience programs where we work together for 30 days and we take you from where you are now to where you want to be in the dreaming practice. And you can get lucid tomorrow. Like there's no time limit on when you can experience this. And I'll teach you how to physically heal. I'll teach you how to anything that you want to. It's really catered to what you need and what your why is. That's how I can help you, is what your why is and what you want to get from this practice. I do have some online courses as well. I have a 40-part lucid dreaming video course, and then I have an out-of-body experience induction course. And all of these links are in my YouTube description. So you can click on any of my videos and all of my links will be there. But I am running a 3-day lucid dreaming workshop, I think like the 5th of May. And it's going
Go,
to
you
be
guys, go.
yeah, it's going to be an intro to dreaming, how to start remembering your dreams, how to start decoding your dreams, how to make a connection to the dreamer, the one that grants our wishes to get lucid, and how to start dreaming in other states of consciousness like liminal dreaming and how to use it for insight and clarity. So just message me if you guys have any questions, and I would love to chat with all of you.
You definitely have gained some fans. You have quite a few people said, "Me too, me too, me too. I'm adding her."
I love you
Valerie,
guys.
they love you. Valerie said your tracks are amazing. She sleeps like a baby to them.
That's my goal. Yay.
Amberly said, "I am going to have my insomniac son listen to your music."
Awesome. I
I
hope it
know
helps.
it.
Tons of, yeah, lots of binaural. I have like a whole playlist, so I hope that it helps you sleep more soundly and dream lucidly. That's the goal.
Oh, I love that. So I'm going to have Haley come back in later on through this thread and just leave. I did put something on here that you can click on her name to actually go to her page. And then I put the name of her YouTube channel. However, Haley, you're welcome to come back in and put the direct links so they can
Perfect.
follow you.
I will do that.
Thank you, love.
Mhm.
Last question, I want to be mindful of your time, is why is it that in dreams sometimes we do things that we're normally doing, but we may do them backwards or do them differently? Somebody said they, in their dream, they run backwards.
Mm. So that's really a sign to get more aware and like think about why we all never like realize that we're dreaming. Because we always assume that we're awake when we're awake. We never question it. So we carry that habit over of never questioning if we're dreaming into the dream. So how you live is how you dream. So say that you're dreaming of running backwards, or sometimes I'll be like texting something in the dream or typing something and it's like tons of bullshit. And I'm like, why is my computer upside down and like broken or like floating? Like we don't question these weird things that come into the dream. So it's like, I just need to move with a little bit more mindfulness throughout the day. I literally have sticky notes on my walls. Check if you're dreaming, check if you're dreaming, check if you're dreaming, so I can tune in. How do I know that I'm awake right now? What was I doing 10 minutes ago? Is anything weird happening here? And once you start to be more aware that way, you start to naturally be more aware in the dream. And you'll be like, wait, what the hell? I'm walking backwards or I'm running backwards. I must be dreaming. And that's an instant way to get lucid. So I would definitely circle that as a dream sign and just be more aware of that, and that will help you carry that awareness into the dream, if that makes sense.
Makes total sense. So before we go, I wanted to definitely thank you for being here and
Thank
spreading your
you.
love and your light. It has been a deep honor. We would
Thank
love to
you.
have you come back. You guys, please go follow my dear friend and check her out and at least check out the course. I mean, what do you have to lose, right? Um, so before we head out, will you just kind of leave them with a little golden nugget? If there's anything you could sum up and just put it into a sentence about the benefits of lucid dreaming, what would it be?
I want you guys to tell you, I just want to tell you that there's no limitations. Those limitations are illusions. The dream realm is about seeing through illusions. And that's part of dream yoga, is seeing through the illusion to see it's a dream. This will train us to see through the illusions in waking life, things that we didn't think we were capable of, things that we don't think that we can become. If you can imagine it, if you can feel it, I promise you that you can create it. And you have everything you need right here. And I promise you that once you start opening to this, once you start seeing beyond what you thought is possible, you will start dreaming of what is possible, truly possible for you. So if you can dream it, you can seriously experience it.
Mm, thank you, my love. You've been a dream come true.
Oh, girl, you too. Love you.
See you later, boo. See you in our dream.
Bye.
Bye. I don't want this to end.
I know.